What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop an upload. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. But I do need y'all to make sure that y'all are subbing up and y'all are going ahead and hitting that bell. Cause we've been hearing a lot. Y'all ain't been getting the notifications. Y'all ain't getting subbed up, even though y'all are hitting that subscribe button. We don't know what's going on. I just need to make sure y'all keep doing what y'all do. I'll keep letting y'all know. I keep dropping this content and we all stay together. But I ain't gonna hold you. This is for entertainment purposes. And we gonna get right into the video, man. Let's go.
You know, I'm gonna give you a history lesson because I'm sure this wasn't on your entry exam. But every naturalized American has heard something about what I'm about to tell you. Picture it's the early 50s in the United States. This 14-year-old boy goes down from Chicago to Mississippi to meet his extended family for the first time. He'd never been to Mississippi. And before he went, his mother said to him, very pointedly, she said, if a white man looks you in your eyes in Mississippi, look away. And I don't know what you know about black people from Chicago, but they're not a scared people. Legend has it, he was in front of a convenience store, hanging out with his cousins, having a good time, and a white woman walked out of the store, and he thought she was pretty, and he said, bye, baby, not realizing that he had just made a fatal mistake. 4 days later, a group of adult white men burst into this family's home and snatched a 14-year-old boy out of bed in front of his family that was powerless to stop them, and he was never seen alive again. His name was Emmett Till. They found his body maybe a few days later. He was in a creek, tied to a wheel so it would sink, horribly beaten and bloated. Hideous. And lucky for everybody in America, his mother was a fucking gangster. If you can imagine, in the very midst of a mother's worst nightmare, this woman had the foresight to think about everybody. She said, leave my son's casket open. She said, the world needs to see what they did to my baby. And every publication here in the United States, from Jet magazine all the way to the New York Times, had this boy's horribly bloated body on its cover. And if our civil rights movement was a car, this boy's dead body was premium gas. This was a very definitive moment in American history where every thinking and feeling person was like, ugh, we gotta do better than this. And they fought beautifully, and here we all are.
Hey guys, we're going to look at another creepy paranormal video today. This one has been sent to me for a long time, but I'm just now getting to it. The original video calls it a witch, but to me it does not really look like a witch. I've got it here a couple times, and then it's going to zoom in and slow down. It kind of gets filtered so you can see it better. But yeah, I have an idea of what this is, but it does not look like a witch to me. It looks like something much worse that I'm about to get into. I'm going to be going through more of these kinds of videos soon. I'm catching up on them. We're going to go again into the Oldry Family Bestiary, my ancestors' album of the different creatures held in St. George's Keep. If you've been following, you might know what I think it is. It is the physical summoned demon, shown here in its cell, held by binding sigils that kept it in place without chains. Now, this is a monstrous entity of nefarious chaos that only causes damage and destruction and death. These are primarily spiritual entities, but they can be summoned to the physical realm. It's a very ancient practice, goes back thousands of years by different occultists, sorcerers, or warlocks, and I believe that that is exactly what happened here.
Man, with the first clip, rest in peace to Emmett Till. I remember when I first heard about that story, it messed me up, bro. And then when I seen the pictures, I couldn't believe it. I watched the movie. I didn't really like, I didn't really like the movie too much. A great message. A great message. I remember my mom's telling me when she watched it, she wouldn't have had the power to do with she wouldn't have been able to handle what the mom handled. She said that. Said she would have crumbled. But that second clip, when I saw the hooves, the horns, I automatically thought of hooves and the way the hands look. Tell me if I'm not lying. But that looked like a form of Baphomet. But then also, we seen that in, well, I know we saw that in Drag Me to Hell. I know we saw that in that movie. I'm not sure if it was in The Conjuring. I don't think it was in The Conjuring, but I know for sure it was in Paranormal. When in the first one, when he showed them hooves, when they put the baby powder on the floor to see if something was coming up to their door doing the knocking, and it was hooves. Krampus, but I'm not sure if Krampus is like its own demon or something. I'm not sure. I don't really do research on exact demons, but I do know it's a form of one. And Krampus look like that. Sometimes in Insidious, sometimes, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, all those movies I named, we have seen that in that. At least in my opinion, I thought we have seen that in that. But that ain't nothing I want to come across. You see that, man, you better run the other way and praying the whole time also. Shit.
How much does the earth cost? I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
What would you do if you were the leader of the free world?
I'm gonna take the smartest people on the planet and make them work on mechanical bees. You know, everyone making negative comments. The bees go get them.
Like, what? I lost you there. Explain that. What do you mean by that?
I've envisioned and will manifest mechanical bees.
So my question is, what is wrong with you? Things you're saying are crazy.
Are you serving man? Or are you serving the one and only master?
Who?
Me. What can you give me? What can you do for me?
I think it's crazy. Have you always been this way? You should talk to a doctor about this.
Why leave that man to the doctor? If he is.
There's a whole thread on Twitter that just literally blew my mind. If y'all have not read that thread, I highly suggest you do it. It's by Nick Hinton. So the Mandela Effect debate about the Statue of Liberty is whether or not it's on Ellis Island or Liberty Island. And depending on which dimension you are in, it depends on which island the statue is actually in. I know that sounds crazy, but let's get into it. So here in this picture, it's actually on Liberty Island. But in this painting, it's on Ellis Island. And these images from Google Maps on the street view show that just the bottom of the statue is on Liberty Island. The rest of the statue is just gone. What? How is half of the statue there? But it gets even weirder. The account that uploaded those pictures goes by the username August Bartholdi, who was the designer of Lady Liberty. And the account also has his picture from the 1800s, and he's verified by Google. What? I'm so confused. And to make things even stranger, when the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island, you could go up into the torch. There's a lot of people that remember going up into the Statue of Liberty and going into the torch. But with the Statue of Liberty being on Liberty Island, you're not allowed to go into the torch. And I think the craziest thing of all is all the pictures that people have uploaded to the internet where they're standing in front of the Statue of Liberty, but the Statue of Liberty is not there. But it was there when they took the pictures. And they were on Ellis Island. It's not there. Statue of Liberty is gone. Here's another one taken from Ellis Island with the Statue of Liberty gone. Pictures of the background with open water. The Statue of Liberty is nowhere to be seen. Oh, Statue of Liberty, just open water. I'm telling you, there's something up with this flagpole right here. In some of the pictures, that flagpole is there, but the pictures where the Statue of Liberty is behind them, that flagpole's not there. See, there's that flagpole again. The Statue of Liberty is not there, though. There's that flag again. And again. As you can see, they're tagging Ellis Island because that's where the Statue of Liberty is at when they're taking the pictures. I don't know, y'all. I think this is just some crazy Mandela effect, but what do y'all think?
People keep asking me how.
Hey, y'all know what? One day there's gonna be one Mandela effect and the whole world gonna catch on to it. And I think that's when the whole Matrix gonna come straight to the ground. That's what I think. Because something like that, just think, every time we have the argument about that Mandela effect, some of us remember it this way, some of us say it was never that way. One day, there's going to be a time Because if the Matrix is technology like we think or know it is, technology always has a moment where it glitch or it just breaks for a moment. And you got to do some type of work on it to figure out why something's not connecting, why something's not pairing, something. There's going to be one Mandela effect. And we all going to remember it. And that's going to wake the whole world up. I just got that thought just now. Literally, I never thought of that before, but one day it's gonna happen. Cause it's always half over here and half over there. One day we all gonna be on the same wave and we gonna be like, hold on, bro, something ain't right. That was not like that. And like I always say, the ones like us who might be open-minded or already tapped in or unplugged, how people like to say, we gonna be like ready to go to war. We gonna be cool about it. We still gonna be like, well, this is normal. We been knew this. There's gonna be other people who just woke up that day, literally not woke up like out the bed. They just woke up that day, and it's all gonna start to make sense, and they gonna realize how much time they wasted. And them gonna be the ones that's gonna be pissed off, like the ones in rage. We gonna be mad too. We gonna be more logical, cause we sat and pondered on it and thought about it for years, months. Could have been days for us. There's gonna be somebody who literally gonna have an hour or so under their belt of being woke, and they gonna be mad as hell. They gonna be causing ruckus. I'm telling you, it's coming.
How I feel about Vivek. My discernment picks up immediately what this all is. But let me show you a clip and then I'm going to divulge.
About who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because it's actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go. Mr. Rosenberg, this is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story. And they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor Christie.
What a great ploy to give the illusion that he's for the American people. What a great ploy to, you tell them the truth, have the crowd clap, and then they think he's for them, when in all actuality, he doesn't have a shot in hell. So they're putting all this in the media. They're putting all of it out there so you can see, so you guys vote for Trump. This is a Trump push. Bringing up, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson, and the American people fall for it. He has them in the palm of their hand. Look how many views and likes this got. Just look at the likes. Look at the likes. You tell me that they don't know how to psychologically attack the American people. Pull them, suck them right back in to participating in voting and handing over their power. I've always said this, guys. You vote by how you spend your money. That box doesn't matter. They're already pre-selected presidents, and they gotta be in the bloodline. Facts. Why do you guys feed into this? And I know you say, oh, you're just conspiracy theorists, but he just told you all the things that conspiracy theorists talk about being fake and all that. He just said it's true. He just said it's true. So how can't you see? If we can be true all about that, am I true about this? Message. Do you feel your discernment on the ploy of what they're doing? Message. He even said it. People aren't even asking the right questions. Why is no one asking, is there protection for a CBD that would protect the privacy of the citizen? Why is he not talking about no one asking questions about where's 800,000 missing children? Why? I'll tell you why. Misdirection. And y'all fucking fall for it. Wake up. Peace of God.
Greatest trick that they'll...
So, one video last week, I said all the presidents, they always make sure they hit some type of topic. There's topics they miss. One was children. And somebody in the comments was trying to fire back so hard for Trump that they so emotionally attached to that carrot top that they did not sit back and just logically ask, what have they missed? It's one of the biggest topics, bro. What? I didn't comment back because either that person trying to get a reaction out of me and just don't know how to have a mature conversation, or they genuinely so wrapped up into the politics that they forgot all about our kids. Damn, ain't that, man, that's crazy. And I sit back sometimes and I don't even respond to some of that stuff because it's like, I can't get an energy to that. But I can give energy to topics like this though, just to push it out there. This is how I respond. Also, there's another topic they miss. Poverty. I don't know about where y'all live. Where I live, SAT used not to be like overrun by like the homeless. Now, the homeless community done got bigger. Of course, inflation comes in, but there's something bigger to that. That's why I asked y'all about the topic of them taking people out. They shipping people out to Maui or whatever, to Hawaii. That's homeless. They saying they got sent from New York. I heard some of y'all give me y'all topics. I mean, y'all opinion and comments on that topic. There's a few topics they don't touch on and they won't touch on. But again, I said presidential election is through bloodline. It's a family business, man. It's a family business. So for me, and it's before, yeah, I seen the deep dive of who went and looked and seen that it's a family business and they all related. I get that, little girl did, but when I took my deeper dive, that's what really made me a believer. And how can I trust anybody under there? And I asked y'all a question: who would y'all vote for president? I'm not saying that I really would vote for president election, but if we're talking in those terms, who would everyone choose? Some people took that to the ass, like, oh nah, man, I don't want no president, I ain't this, I don't believe in president. Like, chill, calm down for a second. Just answer the question, just have a conversation. See where the conversation leads us. Let's just see where it leads us, man. Stop being so scared to see where the conversation can lead you. For real.
The devil ever pulled was not to convince the world that he doesn't exist, was to convince the world that he's an alien. I believe technology may already exist, and it could be the CERN project, I don't know. I believe they figured a way to open that dimension into our dimension. And that is why they are now releasing all this stuff. They precondition us with movies. These guys were playing around with these beings to begin with, but they're not aliens, bro. They're demonic. When people take ayahuasca, what happens sometimes, they see these elves. It's not elves, bro. You just saw demons. The reason some of them are nice is because, like I told you earlier, they have free will. You might have came across the ones that are actually nice. The ones that are aligned with Satan, they're evil. So people go into these trips, man. I can't mention her name. She was in a big Hollywood movie. She hits me up. She's like, I'm having nightmares. I'm like, what did you do? She's like, I took ayahuasca and I'm just seeing the most horrific nightmares I have ever seen in my life. I cannot sleep. I'm like Freddy Krueger, but she's like terrified to go to sleep. She performed some prayer. I sent her some water to cleanse herself with, like baptized basically. The next day she slept perfect. She's like, I don't know what you did, but it worked. She like basically cleansed. This realm is real, Danny. These people have been worshiping, I believe, and working with these beings for a very long time. This is a demonic agenda to destroy humanity, to make us go, because the devil's always going to make us go against what God made us. God made us beautiful. He made us together. He made us in pairs. He made us binary, man and woman, right? And we are now at the end, I believe, of a very corrupt time we're living in. I believe there is no way out for us. I know it's our duty to stand up against injustice. I really think that we're towards the end of time. I don't think humanity, I know this sounds crazy to people, but I think that based on the signs of the end of the world in Christianity and Islam is very specific, by the way. Some of the signs in Islam, when buildings touch the sky in the Arab world, he said, the day will come where the pagan Arabs, but the Arabs will make buildings that touch the sky. And as soon as they build one, they'll build another, and they'll compete with each other. Now Saudi Arabia is building the biggest building on earth, and they're going to boast about it. He said this 1,400 years ago. He said the day will come when dishes communicate. They're going to talk to each other, and families will be torn apart. The word he used back then is the word that the Arabs use today for satellite television, bro. Dishes will talk. He said they're going to hang up mats on their walls. Like, you have this TV, it looks like he's like, they're going to hang them up. And he used his hands. He made like a rectangle. They're going to put him on the wall, and it's going to destroy their souls. Because all you see on it is filth, Danny. These are his words, bro. You read these prophecies, they're amazing, man. He said men will become women, women will become men. He said that you just got to go study the signs of the end of the world and in Christianity and Islam. It'll blow your mind away.
Yo, check out this video my brother just sent me. This scholar, right, he just found a 15th century old Bible that got melanated faces in it before they Europeanized Caesar Borgia, or really colonized. Because it ain't about making everything black or melanated. But let's check out the video.
The binding, book binding in Ethiopia. It's a cover, wooden board cover. As you see, everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes, it's amazing that, people in the 15th century, where they aware of color, all the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black. Even today, we don't find such paintings in churches. Always, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very well. This type of documents. Look, even the evangelist. This is magic language. And the harag or the decorations. All this,
Them folks in Europe and Asia, they know what's up. They know what's up in Americas too, but they make too much money off the divide and conquer. The slavery narrative, it's too much money in it. And like I said, we know a lot of these books are doctrines of men. But where did these men originally find these doctrines at? Because they didn't come up with them in their head. They found an ancient story, a mystery system, a mystery school, and was like, oh, I can use this and pervert it and sell it to the masses. No difference in how they make a spiritual community now. The only reason why it's centered as a spiritual community is because they're trying to sell it. They're trying to sell it to you like they marketing it to you. Just no different than the urban community. Get out the misnomers. I am that I am. Now, shout out to all my Christians. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking on how they change the symbolism and how that can shift our brain. Think about how we grew up. Anytime we heard the word Jesus, even when you think about it now, you associate it with this. But Jesus ain't even supposed to have, he ain't really supposed to have a face. But when they did write a face, it was melanated folks. And you see it on the video. They in the streets holding the art in the middle of the street doing a ceremony. That was interesting. I can't wait to go to Europe to see the signs and symbols right in our face. You know what's crazy? Growing up, they had us thinking like, oh, Europe, that's the white man's land. It ain't nobody land. It ain't the white man, black, bro. This whole earth is for every human beings. The whole earth is for humans. These people, bro, these weak elites have made it to where we've fallen so low. We cannot get off our animalistic thinking patterns. We can't get out of our survival thinking patterns. We can't think about, oh, but this happened, how I feel about it, how I feel. Those emotions, they're programming us, bro. Because I'll show this video and you'll have people that come and practice their cognitive distance under my comments or under somebody else's comments. Listen, I was just watching a video earlier and I'm like, well, I don't like this video. And I just swiped off. You got to understand, anybody trying to project, no, this is this. You're African. Stop digging, stop thinking. That's an elite nanobot that they got on their brain, and it's working for them. They can use us to delete us. Use the people against the people. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So while you arguing about Muslim, Christian, it's the same thing at the core of it. It's just expressing a different language. You like strawberry ice cream? I like coffee ice cream, buddy. That's all it is. But it gotta be known that history was white. This was altered. from an ill intent. And I think this is the Jesuit order type of what's going on with this. Shoot, they said King James might have been a brother. That's tough. Or one of the King James, because who knows how many of them they are.
Damn, fly.
Just an amazing video I wanted to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because that book looks so fire. And at the time that they was writing that book, it was probably a different frequency on this realm. I'm not saying folks ain't been warned about land and on barbarian time, and we know certain groups of people on this land. We know it's a certain group of people on this land that go everywhere and they just war and kill, you know? And they're doing that to this day. They're doing that to this day. But who orders are they following? It only take one to corrupt the masses. So yeah, just showing y'all some video. I'll make a little thought-provoking video. That's all I'm doing on my TikToks, on my YouTube, just to make you think, you know? We ain't no teachers, we ain't no master. We students first, you know? Student of life. We should all be students of life.
He ain't lying though. Like, when we talk about these things, it's not to be like, oh, this race is better than this race, or this race is better than that race. No, what we trying to do, it's just a thought. We gotta let it be known that history was tampered with. It was tampered with. History repeats itself to those who don't know it. So if you don't get this type of information out, somebody gonna recreate these same steps again. So what we have to do is confront history, understand that it's been changed, get to the bottom line of it, and continue to grow together and heal the world. But when you so busy worried about, not saying anybody watching this directly, but if this applies to you or if the shoe fits, then wear that mug. But if somebody say in the comments like, hey, you're not supposed to say this, you're not supposed to say that, history was like this, history wasn't like that, chill, bro. You should just come in directly and be like, look, I was raised this, so I always thought it was like this. Like, why do you think this? Start a conversation off with like why, not automatically what you believe. And it's like, and I gotta work on that too. I gotta work on that too. But some of y'all do come in the comments and be going crazy, trying to like force your way of living on me or other people. You sound like the people that's at the top. I say that all the time. When people do that, them are people who sound like the people who coming from the top, who run all that stuff, who keeps stuff like that. Me, I never try to sway you. I'll drop a video, drop some knowledge, things like that, try to start up a conversation, but I'll never be like, oh, I don't like so-and-so, so you shouldn't like so-and-so. Nah, but if you coming at me after I say I don't like something, now I'm about to come at you and ask you a question like I did with the Trump situation. What you think he feel about Epstein? Does he live the way Epstein lived too? Them is questions. I'm not saying that that's, you know, you came at me, I'm asking you a question. You popped off with an insult, I popped off with a question. Meet me there. Simple as that. But I love this dude, his whole take on what he just said. I love the way he just came, because if I don't like something, I'm going to go away. I ain't going to let you know I don't like it. I ain't got to tell you. I don't have to tell you. You going to feel it when you no longer see me. Simple as that. I ain't got the energy to tell you nothing.
Stop. Keep exposing the truth.
Policy of targeting journalists, because Israel's biggest enemy is the truth. And the agents of truth are journalists, and they have been doing it over the years and decades. Remember Shireen Abu Akleh, remember all of our journalists who have been assassinated by the occupation. I think Israel has come out this time clear that it is after every one of us, not only in Palestine, but worldwide. It is after the truth. It wants to commit its atrocities in the darkness. And today, everybody, like this demonstration, is saying, you commit your war crimes and crimes against humanity, but not in darkness. We shall reveal it. We shall follow and pursue every war criminal, and everyone should be served with justice.
Keep.
Porque your job. Maybe do a little bit of research. Hey, do you guys know about the World Health Council? The world treaty that they want to create and sign Canada on for the next pandemic? Do you guys even know about that? Maybe Google it when you get home. Google it when you get home. Do a little bit of investigation. I thought that's what cops do, is they do investigations. They research things. You guys are going to have to start doing your jobs at some point.
What the hell? What is that, Mom? What? Ma, you see this?
No. Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening?
Shout out to Canada, man. Y'all was riding hard on that man, BG. I ain't gonna speak on his name. I ain't gonna give him no energy like that. But y'all was riding hard for him. My only take on that, sometimes you can't, some of those cops might be NPCs. Some of them might not be. Some of them might not be like me and you. Some of them could be them green people. I mean, so as you trying to tell them to go do their research, they probably looking at you like, bro, shut up. Leave me alone. You gotta let people be. One thing I don't tell people is do your research. That sounds like when people use the, oh, I'm woke. That woke word is the same thing as do your research. Them two words is overused and y'all need to throw it out of there. Stop telling people to do their research. Let people do it on their own time. Because when you tell somebody what to do, how society works, people go against that. If you tell somebody don't do it and because it might burn you, they still might do it. Because you told them not to. People are stubborn like that. Let a person live. Let them live. It's their experience. It's their experience. It's their journey. Respect that. Respect it. Respect it. I wouldn't even have, me on the type, I'm not about to protest. I'll probably be in a cut setting up a meeting or something, having a talk with the masses, trying to figure a way out of it. But I'm not going to be in the middle of the streets protesting. We did that already. It didn't go nowhere. It doesn't go nowhere. It does something for a second. And that's it. And that's it. There got to be something more we have to do besides protest or riot. There has to be a more calculated step that we missing here. Might take some time. There's other steps. There's other ways. Again, I wouldn't be out there doing that, yelling at somebody in their face. I'm be in the back plotting, trying to make something work, make something shake, man.
Crystal skull, it's 13 of them. I got 3. 3. One of them is worth all the money that's ever been put in all the banks in the world. Just give it to me. So I called a girlfriend of mine that hooked me up with the Indians. And I said, hey man, just tell so-and-so, I don't know what I did, but I left them somewhere. So she called me, she said, don't worry about it, they'll find you. And 2 weeks later, I walk in the hotel, they're sitting on the bed. That's the power when you look inside of here.
Man, rest in peace to that man.
Okay, but like, why is no one talking about this freaky German bunker that was discovered in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle? Yes, this decrepit old German bunker was discovered at the Bermuda Triangle, and it's said that it is linked to the disappearance of Flight 19 that went missing in 1945. Oh, and Flight 19 just wasn't one single flight. It was a flight that contained 14 airmen and 5 aircrafts that mysteriously vanished in 1945. What's even crazier is that an underwater mission led to the discovery of this said German bunker. And if you are unfamiliar with the Bermuda Triangle and its powerful significance, just know that it is said to be one of the most haunted and supernatural places on Earth. Not only did they discover this mysterious ass German bunker, they also discovered things inside of it. And the wreckage from this plane was said to be nearby. Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of That's Insane with Aja. Today I'm going to be telling you about a German bunker that was discovered at the Bermuda Triangle that may be in direct correlation to hundreds of flights going missing. If you enjoy my content, you can find my podcast on Spotify under That's Insane with Aja, and a new episode will come out this Sunday, as well as my YouTube, which you can find at my AJA Bay. Now, let's get into it. In addition, they also found 2 massive ships that vanished off the face of the earth that were said to be miles long. Apparently, they had planned this underwater expedition for over a year. Here is the actual article. As you can see, it has a pinpoint location of where this German bunker was found. And in the caption or the headline, it says, "Has the Bermuda Triangle mystery been unraveled with the discovery of a German bunker?" And then it goes on to say, in a groundbreaking revelation, a new History Channel documentary unveils a critical piece in solving a 76-year-old mystery. This involves the disappearance of 5 aircraft and 14 airmen in the infamous Bermuda Triangle. And then it also goes on to say that it goes beyond the discovery of the Avenger. It delves into the vanishing of a Martin Mariner search plane sent to locate Flight 19. So after Flight 19 disappeared, something that they sent to locate this flight also disappeared with 13 crew members. And instead of finding this wreckage, they have come across a creepy-ass German bunker.
The scene is so big. It is so big. Look at that. This is amazing. Never knew this was here. And it's so big. It is so big. That is 2 original German World War II flash.
So I don't know if you guys heard the mysterious humming in the background. I don't know if that man could hear it while he was recording and it later showed up on camera, but that in itself was creepy AF. That was supposed video footage of this creepy German bunker. Now in the rest of the video, it is way too long, but I'm gonna do a part 2 because I wanna finish digging into this. And if you enjoyed this, if you're a skeptic, however you feel, drop a comment and let me know what you think, because in all honesty, I'm scared shitless. But I do think it would make more sense for something to have actually happened to the people in the Bermuda Triangle as opposed to them just disappearing. Either way, what were Germans doing with these people? It also goes on to say that there was evidence of extraterrestrial life as well as old World War II documents. I don't know, we're gonna get into the whole spiel.
Man, drop in the comments if y'all want me to search more into that bunker.
How does that fit? What happened? Why is it covered in mud? What are they trying to hide? And exactly what is going on with this? Like, it looks like a brick building, but then whenever the bricks start falling off, it's a whole nother building. It looks like maybe a courthouse. How do they hide that on the inside, though? This is just crazy. When they laid the foundation for the store, they didn't realize there was a whole nother building up under there. I'm so perplexed with this. Like, how is there so much of the building under the ground, but they don't even know it? Like, how do you go inside of a building that has this much underground and not know there's more to the building underneath? And perhaps the most astonishing one of all is the White House. What's going on under there? Why are all these buildings covered in mud? This too, look at these columns. Erosion has made these be known. So what is going on? What are they trying to hide? Someone digging somewhere in Italy found this in their backyard. This is crazy. My question though really is, where are the people? Where are the people who built these structures? Why have we never heard about this? What happened to them? Why were these stories not passed down from generation to generation? I just don't get it, because it makes no sense. How all these structures can be buried underground. No one knows about them. There's nobody that has been told this from their grandparents, great-grandparents, or anyone. It's just like, whoa, we found these buildings. What the hell? Where's the history on these buildings? Where'd they come from? Who built them? Where's the people that built them? What's the story?
I love her content, man. She be waking me up. We already, there's times when like now I'm not, like I know that they hit us with the mud flood. I know the Tartarians built a lot of these structures. But there's new structures I get to see. That's the cool part. Like, where I love seeing the new images, the new pictures, the new videos. Like, oh man, but it does piss me off that we got so simple ass buildings now. Simple ass buildings when we had those buildings like that Man, how would y'all, wouldn't that feel dope to just be able to get all nice, go eat, dress all nice, be with your loved ones, and y'all walking into a expensive, not even expensive, just a nice ass building that's just all done up? Say that wouldn't be the, man, that'd be dope. You get all, the girls get all dolled up, gentlemen get all, y'all get all nice, y'all do y'all thing, and yeah, we go up in here and enjoy our time, whether that's to go eat, go dance, whatever. Those type of buildings would have been the shit. Oh man, damn, that's a whole vibe, bro. The energy is on point. And they give us these busted ass old school whatever type buildings we get now. Come on, man, simple.
So the QR code has been found inside of the movie Leave the World Behind. Pretty sure a lot of people know that. But here's the crazier part. Some people actually found out where it leads to. And it's crazy. But it gets even more crazier than that. It actually turns to scary when you find out what it's connected to. This is what I found, and it blew my mind. Check it out.
Located in West Virginia, Lake Shawnee was an amusement park that opened to the public in 1926. Unfortunately, the park had experienced a handful of deaths, including a swing ride accident involving a little girl and a drowning of a little boy. The amusement park was eventually abandoned in 1966. The land on which the park sits on has a dark history that dates back to the 1700s. A man by the name of Mitchell Clay purchased the property and raised his family on an 800-acre farm. Disaster struck the Clay family in 1783 when a Native American tribe slaughtered 2 of his children, with one being burned alive. It was later discovered that the park rests on an ancient burial ground that is full of human remains, which mostly consists of children's skeletons, and experts believe they were there long before the Clay family purchased the land.
How damn sick and wicked. I was in Virginia, but I never really touched the West Virginia areas. It was more so Virginia Beach, Baton Rouge, Norfolk, Hampton, stuff like that. If y'all familiar with Lake Shawnee in West Virginia, spam it up in the comments and y'all let me know if y'all want me to take a deeper dive down that rabbit hole. Because I love Virginia, man. Virginia is like, Virginia, New York, them is like second homes. Like, I don't fit in out here in Cali too often. When I go there, oh, it feels like I was born there. I wasn't, but it feels like I was. But yeah, let me know if y'all want me to take a deeper dive down that one. Because I for sure will. Yeah, I just might do it even if y'all don't want me to. I still might do it.
Absolutely real. And so I'm not mocking them at all. I'm just telling you, once again, what you already know, which is this is going to be, the next year is going to be, I think I'd bet my house on it, really like nothing we've ever seen in the country. And everyone can kind of feel that. You know, most of our perceptions come through intuition rather than reason. And if you have dogs, you know this because they can't understand literally a word you say because they don't speak English, hardly any of them. But if you're close to your dog, you know the dog knows exactly what's going on, knows when it's time to go out, knows when you're going on a trip. Why is that? Because they don't hear anything, they just watch and they feel. And people are very much the same. And if something bad is about to happen, everybody gets jumpy. And everybody's really jumpy right now. So I'm not here to, you know, make your anger and paranoia worse, just the opposite. I'm here merely to suggest a couple of things that I think you could do about it and that might be useful rather than pointless. Like spending a ton of time on social media screaming at people. Well, obviously I do that for a living. And I would never discourage anyone from doing it. You know, probably aren't going to solve your problem. So the first thing I think that's really important as you stare down the next 12 months is to accept the fact that that all your senses are telling you the truth. A good friend of mine called Gavin DeBecker once wrote a book, the thesis of which was every feeling, every gut level feeling you've ever had is real, is totally true. That your gut is the one thing that doesn't lie to you. Your gut only has your interest in mind. If you're talking to somebody and the person seems creepy, he's creepy. It doesn't mean you can convict him in a court of law for creepiness, though maybe you should try, but you don't need to. All you need to know is that what your senses are telling you is absolutely true. This person's creepy. If you feel deception, you're being lied to, period. Now, you may not know how you're being lied to or why you're being lied to, much less what the truth is. You probably don't. I most of the time have no idea. But if you feel you're being lied to, you're 100% right. You are being lied to. And if you feel that something very intense and history-changing is about to happen, don't ignore it. Don't panic. There's no profit in that. You can't control it. You're not in charge of history. No offense, none of us is.
He was going in. Trust your intuition, man. Trust your gut. Also, when you meditate and you actually just look within, this is when you start to get that stronger intuition. You can trust yourself a lot more. You can hear your soul talk to yourself. But he was on point with that, man. I believe in trusting into your intuition. I believe your gut can tell you everything. For me, there's most of the time a voice in my head or my gut feeling lets me know something's right, something ain't right. But I like where he was coming. But I also want to say, but I appreciate y'all. We made it to the end of this one, man. If you stuck all the way through, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Again, because when you hit that bell, it helps us grow as a community, helps the collective get bigger. Again, and we also know a lot of y'all ain't been getting notified when I drop, and a lot of y'all been getting unsubbed. So we, as a collective, gotta stay tapped in with each other and make sure we doing that. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love doing these videos, bro. This is the highlight. I'm telling y'all, I grind with these videos, bro. I love putting this out. I love researching more, and I love giving it to y'all. I love y'all talking back to how y'all talk back. Some of y'all be doing too much. Nah, I'm playing. You know, it's truth, man. It's truth in every joke. Some of y'all do be doing a lot, but it's part of the collective, man. It's part, and it comes with the territory of doing what I do. But I appreciate y'all, and until I see y'all in the next one, man, we gone.